Kaitlyn Hinchley. Only about 8% of high school students get enough sleep on the average school night, states Sylvain Duval, a multi-published author of sleep-deprived papers, in the article, Most High School Students Are Sleep-Deprived, published by the Center for Advancing Health on January 10, 2010. This is because most high school students get up very early to prepare for their 8 hours of school. After 8 hours of school, these high school students have 2 to 3 hours of a sports practice followed by their after-school activities. Finally, some kids get home at 9 o'clock at night and still have 2 to 3 hours of a sports practice and homework. We all know what it's like to stretch ourselves a little too thin and have too much going on. The Minnesota Department of Education should limit the amount of homework each high school student gets to 60 to 90 minutes a night. First, I will explain how high school students are too stressed and have too much going on. And secondly, why limiting the amount of homework that they get would be beneficial for them. First, I will start off with the academic overload of high school students. High school students these days are more stressed out than they have ever been before. According to the survey 2015 Stress in America, conducted by the American Psychological Association, between a 1 and 10 stress level, high school students were at the highest of a 6 stress level, while their parents and grandparents were between a 3 and a 5 stress level. Teens also stated that they feel the amount of stress they are under is unhealthy for them. Teens these days are put under a lot of pressure. According to Claire McCarthy, a doctor at Boston's Children's Hospital, states in the article, Teens More Stressed Out Than Parents, on February 27, 2014, that teens feel like their relationships, their interaction with others, and their homework is lacking just because they are stressed out. Teens stated that 83% of their stress level was because of homework. Schools and society are now putting more pressure on standardized tests, which puts more pressure on these kids to do well on standardized tests. Teens also have to grow up faster so that they know what they will do with the rest of their life in order to know what they will study in college. In order to do well on college and standardized tests, these kids are taking more advanced placement classes, which is putting more homework and more stress in these teenagers' laps. According to Angela Carson, head librarian at Convent of Sacred Heart School in New York City, in the journal Gaming the Teenage Brain, written on November of 2015, teachers are now piling on repetitious amount of homework that does not actually benefit teens intellectually. This has become a huge problem in Minnesota high schools. According to Itz Katz, an author of many educational articles, states in the article Homework Stress, written in 2012 by the Journal of Experimental Education. This states that there has been huge conflicts between teens and their parents all over homework. Not only are parents worried about the amount of conflict that homework causes at home, teens are also stressed out about the amount of conflict that they have. A little bit of stress is good, but a lot of stress can be very harmful. Teens that are stressed out may be at more of a risk for mental and physical illnesses. Teens that spend the most time on homework are more stressed out and have more mental illnesses. According to the journal Hazardous Homework, published by Encounter, Education for Meaning and Social Justice, in 2012 by Molly Galloway, an associate professor at Lewis and Clark, states that more teens are likely to drop activities, have more exhaustion, and gain more weight if they are stressed out about something. Now that we have learned how high school students are too stressed and have too much going on, let's see how high school students would benefit from limiting the amount of homework they get. The Minnesota Department of Education should limit the amount of homework each high school student gets to 60 to 90 minutes a night. In this procedure, the Minnesota Department of Education would declare that all school boards regulate the amount of homework. that is given out. School boards would then have to require that teachers give no more than 60 to 90 minutes a night of homework. This may include teachers only being able to give homework on certain days so that the student is not overwhelmed. This would work well in many Minnesota high schools. According to Af Koff, the author of 14 books on parenting and education, in the book, The Homework Myth, Why Our Kids Get Too Much of a Bad Thing, in 2016, because of the 4 studies reviewed in this book, only 2 showed benefit of homework. This will also work well in many other schools. According to Bill Zalos, a reporter in Pittsburgh for many years, in the article Homework, How Much is Too Much, in the Pittsburgh Tribune on April of 2007, the Pennsylvania school district bases their homework off of the age and the grade level of the child. Everyone in Minnesota can support this claim to reduce children of stress. If children have less homework, they will have more time to spend quality time with their friends and family. In conclusion, high school students are too stressed and have too much going on. And reducing their amount of homework would be very beneficial for them. The Minnesota Department of Education should limit the amount of homework each high school student gets to 60 to 90 minutes a night. Most high school students are at only the beginning of their lives, and most are already stressed out about homework and what will happen with the rest of their lives. Let's reduce these high schoolers' stress by reducing the amount of homework they get.
6:51. Thank you.